Hello and welcome back to EarthBound, episode 23. I was right about last time. You do gotta go to the Stoic Club and talk to that girl, but you have to talk to one of the other one of the other people in there. I need to get rid of that cheap bracelet. Before you can actually get her to go down to her stand. And the way I figured that out was looking in the guide. I just realized I got some stuff in my inventory I need to sell. Cheap bracelet. And I also need to sell these dirty socks. I could have swore I did all this. I guess maybe I did and I didn't save it afterwards. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else I need to sell? And trout yogurts I could sell. I think it does decent EXP though. Or not EXP, but HP. Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of it. Let's see, is there anything else? Nope. No, we won't be needing anything else. Okay, I know I didn't read all that, but, you know, it's the beginning of the episode. You have to forgive me. Okay, now we need to head back to the store. Oh, I don't know if... I can't remember if I already made my reservation and then saved, or not. I'm about to find out. This is not the Stoic Club. Please be on your way. Okay, so I need to call my reservation still. Evidently, I forgot to save at the end of the last recording for some reason. Oh, I don't even have the phone number yet. Oh my god. Seriously? It's a cat? There he is. Okay, we already talked to this guy. I'm not gonna read this again. Oh, gotta do this again too? Dang it, man. I can't believe I forgot to save. What the... This is a great way to start off a recording session by, you know, having to redo stuff you did the last episode.
Let's go.
Yes, that's correct. Quit bugging me. I gotta get going. That actually happens twice in the game. Or they call it get your name. But names have power and you're only getting my first. Okay, we did all this already. And I pointed out how it was weird that the people I was calling already knew my name. How much money I got on me? $325? I don't remember how much the cake thing cost, or if it does even cost money. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've played this. And when I looked in the guide, I only looked far enough to see what I actually had to do. Needless to say, this episode's going to be a little longer than a normal episode. I thought about splitting the guide off into a separate episode, but then I was like, nah, I'll just tack it on. Did I accidentally speak? Similarly, evidence seems to explicate the fact that your reputation of empathy supports my theory of space-time's synthesis. By this, I am irrefutably confident. Okay, this is why I don't like talking to these people. They give me a headache. You know, I really want to eat some magic cake. It's a mysterious work of art. I can't get that cake out of my mind. There's only one woman who can make magic cake. She's hanging out in this club. Yeah, she's over there at the entrance. Anyways, the absolute irony and study of self-identification is blah blah blah. I don't know what to do. I finally awakened the inner me, the true self. The patrons of this club are able to stare into their own soul hard enough to burn a hole in their psyche. I am now comfortable enough to stare at the real me, the true self, and burn the impression into my superego. I want to be at this comfortable zone. I want to be in this comfortable zone at any time, all the time, and at no time. My ID is telling me. What? Magic cake? You came all this way just to eat my magic cake? Yes. I see. Okay. Why don't you stop by a little cart out on the beach later? Now she goes to her cart. Okay, her cart was this way, right? Wait, why am I asking you? You can't answer me. There she is. I don't know who told you you come from far off just to eat my magic cake. I thought making cakes would be the best career for me. Dig in. I used all the leftover materials. This is a very special magic cake. Oh, okay, I didn't even have to pay for it. And now we'll be arriving in my favorite place in the game. Ness had a dream. It was a very clear and very strange dream. I just love the music here. And the layout is so-so. Prince Pooh, the time has now come for you to undertake your final trial. Go to the place of emptiness and endure the final test. I am praying for your success in this final stage of your training. Go quickly. We'll get those no, we need to get them now. There's Brain Food Lunch is Brain Food Lunch is the best I was about to say repair item, but it's the best health item for Pooh, because it automatically refills all his health and all his PP. Brainstone. I think that keeps him from getting confused if I remember right. Tiny Ruby. A miraculous stone that enables you to concentrate without using your own brain. This is accomplished just by your keeping this item. This is great because if you can't concentrate, you can't use PSI. Yeah, it keeps you from getting confused. Tiny ruby. An old treasure from Dalaam. Use the treasure of Dalaam as you wish. Go in peace. The treasure of Dalaam is actually a quest item. You need it to proceed further in the game. Hello? Is that you, Ness? Why are you disguising your voice like that? Who are you pretending to be? Oh well, it's not a big deal. I suppose you need to have a sense of humor at a time like this. I deposited $460 into your bank account. Taking away what you have spent, you should now have a lot of money. And here's your EXP. Anyways, let's continue. Okay, and yeah, and the rest of the lines are the same. I just wanted to show off that beginning is different when you call with Pooh. Prince Pooh, you're my favorite, Blush. Tee hee hee hee. Prince Pooh is a lady, or a ladies' man, you could say. Lady killer. What is immortality? Is it everlasting life? Free food. Oh, Prince Pooh, I'm surprised you're not in training. It seems like that's all you do these days. Why don't you take some time to play with me? I'm so lonely without you. Bottle of water inside, which is another great item for Pooh. Please come in. Look around the house as much as you want. Thank you. I'm just robbing you blind, but it's okay. I'm a prince after all. That's what princes do. They steal from their people. I just roasted some garlic and ate it, so the room still stinks. I don't really like garlic. I mean, I like the way it tastes. My body doesn't like garlic. Makes my stomach do funny things. Jar of deli sauce. Deli sauce? Deli sauce. That's a condiment, ain't it? Used by Spring, yeah, it's a condiment. Tastes good with any kind of food, thereby increasing the recovery power of the food. You know that you do everything well, right? Do? Oops. Say, Prince Pooh, are you still popular with the girls? Yes. I heard you're living a more serious lifestyle these days. And that's kind of a clue to Pooh's backstory. Prince Pooh, Blush, you are such a hunk. I wish I could recover my PP just by drinking water. Even though I have never seen him before, I heard that the prince can do that. I guess I need more training. By the way, just what is PP anyways? We serve water, rice, granules, and those sorts of things. What would you like to do? Being that I have no money, absolutely nothing. If I remember right, this is the only place in the game where you can buy brain food lunches. But of course, I may be wrong. Like I said in many videos, it's been a long time since I've played this. Bowl of rice! Rice gruel. It said gruel, not granule. Bottle of water. Alright. When we get down to this training area, we're gonna be full of items and ready to go. Who are you talking to? I'm trying to talk to the ninjas. The ninja bunnies. As strange as this may sound, these are statues of rabbits blocking your way. Dude, that's nowhere near strange. If we'd been playing a Japanese version, the other statues that are in the game, one would have been an octopus, and I can't remember what the eraser is. But it's something weird too. This is Mu, the place of nothingness. People who train here must first clear everything from their mind. If you can make your mind blank and learn the true meaning of Mu, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, you'll pass through Mu is Mu. You have nice eyes. You must be Prince Pooh. Long ago, I completed Mu training. I want to show you a higher level of intelligence. However, I'm still realizing and learning this high level. I'll see you again. So long. That's a power I could use in real life. Shoot, teleportation would be awesome to have. Ah, Prince Pooh! I'm the messenger from your master. He sent me to tell you that you must stop your meditation immediately. Prince Pooh, you must come back with me instead of staying in a place such as this. Your master wishes it. Please rise, Prince Pooh. Your Highness, you must give up this trial for now. Believe what I say. It is the truth. Now if you get up, you fail the training and you have to do it again basically. So instead you just sit here. And this is some brutal training. Prince Pooh, I am the spirit of your ancestors' lineage. To complete your trial, I am going to break your legs. You will lose the use of them. Do you accept this? Yes. So, Prince Pooh, you can't walk as your legs are broken. Next, I will tear your arms off. I shall then take your arms and feed them to the crows. And the taking of your arms. Do you accept this? Yes. Now, if you say no to any of these things, you fail. Ah, Prince Pooh, without your legs and arms, you can only lie there. Now I'll cut your ears off. You do not mind my taking your hearing away, do you? No. This sound is awful, so go ahead and take them. Oh, thank God. So, Prince Pooh, no legs, no arms, and no sound. By floating words through the air, I must ask you, do you care if I take your eyes? Do you want to live in eternal darkness? I shall steal your sight. Do you accept this? Yes. So, Prince Pooh, now I can only communicate directly with your mind. Your mind is all you have left. In the end, I will take your mind, though you probably don't want to allow that, do you? So, you can't answer, you can't even move. Are you sad? Are you lonely? If you lose your mind, you also lose any feeling of sadness. Do you accept this? I will take your mind, Prince Pooh. Know that I will possess it. I will possess it. Bleh. Prince Pooh, you have now completed your training. The old master must be so pleased. Hurry now and return to the palace. Okay. That's another scene I would like to do if I did the game in 3D. But it would be, instead of, being just talking to the guy, you would actually see him like break your legs and then rip your arms off and pluck out your eyeballs. It would be gruesome as hell. It would definitely up the rating to like maybe teen or what's the one above that? Mature. I am proud. You have completed your Mu training. There is nothing more to teach you from the holy writings. Prince Pooh, I shall relay a message to you from eternity. The evil entity that controls all wickedness is preparing for the greatest struggle of all time. The only ones who can challenge the entity are 3 boys and 1 girl. One named Ness is the leader of the 4. One of the boys is you, Prince Pooh. Now that you've completed your training, search out Ness at once. For all beings, for the earth herself. I pray for growth in the might of the 4. And now Pooh's gonna get a bunch of level ups. Shield B. Teleport A. Teleport B, which is a lot better than Teleport A. And they give it to you so close to Teleport A, if it wasn't for the fact that you needed it to get to winners, I think. No, because you take the runner, so you don't even need it to get to winners. I don't know why they even bother teaching it to you. My name is Pooh. I am the one who will fight beside you. I am the servant of Ness. I will obey Ness. Ness, my life is in your hands. Pooh joined you. Now, could you imagine something like that happen to you in real life? Some dude you never met comes walking up to you and says, "Hey, I'm your servant. I will do whatever you tell me to do." What would you do? I'd be kind of like, what the F? That's the hospital. Okay, we're gonna save. Ooh, Pooh's got a lot of leveling to do. EXP that low. What is he in his 20s and everybody else is in his 40s, in their 40s, right? Yeah, he's 18 and that's his 48, 44, and 43. He's got a lot of leveling to do to catch up. Okay, well that's going to be the end of this episode. If you like this episode, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Hope to see you next time. So, it's a pretty decent guide, but it's not flawless. I mean, you can see like right here, there's a bend right there in the cover. But the guide is beautiful. It has all these clay figures throughout the whole magazine, or the whole guide. Okay, there's your warnings. Thank you for selecting EarthBound. Some scenes from the game. Then right here it intros, you know, the main story, the credits for the people who made it. And I'm zoomed in this far so you can actually read it. If you want to stop and read it, you can. They have 2 versions of the guide. They have the single page version and then the wide version. This is the wide version. It's more closely laid out to the original magazine than the single page version. So anything where there would have been a double page spread is in the wide version. So the table of contents was a double wide spread, so that's why it's laid out like this. And it's also why it automatically zoomed out, so you can show the double wide page. Then you got the controller functions. The left L button where it says talk, actually it works as talk and check. So you don't have to open the menus. But I've been using the menu because the left shoulder button on the controller I'm using is super loud when you click it. And it's really annoying to edit that out of the videos. Starting of the game, file selection, all that. Our heroes, Ness, Paula, Jeff, and Pooh. And of course it tells what they're good at and stuff like that. The naming, here's a chart for all the don't care names. If you don't know, there's an option right down here, don't care, in the left corner, which will name the characters. And the first name on the list is their default names, which is what they go by if you don't use one of the other don't care names, or if you don't name them yourself. So Ness, Paula, Jeff, and Pooh. But of course, if you look through them, there's a bunch of names like Bryon, Sky. Let's see what else. Oh, here's a cool one. Isaac for Jeff. That would have been cool. Prince Pooh. Almost any of the names would have been better than Pooh, really. And then the dog has, typical dog names. King, Rex. Rex is one I used a lot when I was playing this as a kid. And then the foods, steak, pie, pasta, cake, eggs, bread, salmon. And normally I just, when I'm not recording, I put pizza in there because that's my favorite food. And then favorite thing, gaming is one I normally go with, or love. And rockin' is also a good one, which is the default. And then there's the game screen commands. What everything does. It's down here. How to fight. This is all basically, intro to how to play the game. Now we get into the good part. The actual EarthBound Traveler's Guide, which is the, basically like a walkthrough, but it's more than that. Here's the opening to the game, explains what's going on. And then you get to this. Every town you go to has a newspaper. And if you talk to the guy at the hotel, the bellboy, he'll tell you a little bit about the events going on. But there's also this. It's in the guidebook. It's an overview of what's going to happen in this chapter, kind of. Because right here it tells you at the beginning of the game, the meteor falls. That's what this is about. And then you have to fight the sharks, which is what this is about. And then you have to fight the police, which is what this article is about. And then there's a rundown house, which I don't think we went to and on it. But you can actually buy it. It costs a lot of money. And then we can get into the travel and shopping guide, which is also available for each town you go to. Let's see. Right here you got fun facts like average rainfall, average temperature, population. It's hard to believe the population on the dogs says 2, but you fight way more than that. The information about giant step, scenic vistas, and then there's a map of each area. You can get a map at the public library and on it, which is what this is talking about right here. If you pick that up, then you can have a map anywhere in the game, no matter where you go. But I normally skip the map because it fills up one inventory slot. And if you're using the book, you don't really need it anyways, because there's a map for each area in the book. Okay, now the actual walkthrough stuff is right here on the right hand side. It tells you what you need to do, like talk to Pokey at the meteor site, and then it gives you a list of what you need to do. And then that list is broken down after these 2 pages. Sometimes it's broken, sometimes the breakdown will start on the map. But then you can go down and scroll, read about what you need to do. Drugstore, they give you hints, which is what they call their focus in the article, to like check trash cans and stuff. And then these right here, I love these. There's an enemy list on the right hand side, and most of them are made out of clay, and they look amazing. Could you imagine if the enemies look like this in the game instead of sprites? That would be awesome. And then keep going down, and then this is a map of Giant Step. And then inside Giant Step, the cave, and they show you where all the presents are. See, one is a skip sandwich down here. You gotta take B to get to it. B is over here. And then we just keep going down. You see more enemies. There's the boss fight for the shining spot for the sanctuary. And then this tells you about the sound stone, which we did a I wouldn't say a bug, or of a glitch to not have to have it in our inventory. Dealing with the police, which, you know, we did. And then here's an example of some enemies that don't have clay figures, like the Crooked Cop and Captain Strong. For all intents and purposes, you only fight Captain Strong one time in the whole game. The Crooked Cop, you can find them in other places in the game, but rarely. And there's the Titanic Ant, which looks awesome. The slugs are pretty cool looking too. And then here's Tucson, talking about Paula getting kidnapped and all that. Okay, I'm not going to go through all of this. If you want to actually sit down and read it yourself, I'm going to leave a link down below where you can download it. And it's on the official Nintendo website, so you ain't got to worry about it being illegal or anything like that. Now let's get down to where we were. We were in Smothers. There's the desert. Here's another double page where you can see they scanned this from a physical copy instead of having like a digital copy, because you can see right where the pages were. They didn't overlap perfectly, or the middle of the pages, I should say. Hey, we're getting close. There's Forsyth. Here's the mole cave. And like I said, if you're using the guide, things are a lot easier because you can tell where to go instead of just wandering around like I did, wasting a bunch of time. But me getting stuck in Smothers was good because that gives me a chance to show off the magazine. It's awesome. Here's the monkey cave from, not last episode, but the one before that, I think. And see, it shows you items given, items collected, where they are. And so if you use the guide, you could buy all the items given ahead of time, because those are the ones that you need to give to other people. So you could buy you could buy 3 hamburgers, a pizza, 2 pizzas, a wet towel, picnic lunch, a skip sandwich, a protein shake, a ruler, and well, probably not the egg, because the egg might hatch before you get there, and that would speed this whole cave up big time, instead of having to walk all over the place. There's winners. Okay, here we go. Here's the daily summers. If you don't want any spoilers, look away right now. There's already one right here. But if you don't read it, you're fine. Okay, I'm going to put a spoiler alert in here whenever I edit this. Okay, let's come down to Smothers. Yeah, see, the Smothers, the first thing it says to do is get the phone number for the Stoic Club, which we did. Call for reservation, which we did. Talk to the lady, get the magic cake, eat the magic cake, go to Dalaam. Complete exercise, which is the thing where he rips off your arms. ask the master about Ness, return to Summers. That's where we are. We just returned to Summers. So the next thing we gotta do is go to the Culture Museum. And that ruby we had, we actually had to use that to do the next thing, which is bribe the guard, which is this one. And then we get a copy of the hieroglyph, then you get a call from Mr. Spoon, and then we gotta go back to Forsyth. And that's where I'm gonna stop. If you want to read some more into the spoilers, you can. But I recommend you go check this out. Now, we're gonna skip past a lot of this stuff, because I want to show off the back of the book. Okay, now when you get through the guide, at the back there's this helpful table of contents and stuff. Like, here's a list of all the weapons, and it's got their names by who can use them. So Ness, his most powerful weapon is the Casey Bat. Gives you lots of power, but you miss a lot. The second one up from that is the Gutsy Bat, which increases your guts by 127. Normally I get the Gutsy Bat, and I don't worry about the Casey Bat. Because the Casey Bat, you only hit like 1 out of 4 times or something. It's the miss ratio is retarded with it. It's not even worth it, really, if you ask me. Paula's strongest weapon is the Holy Frying Pan. Increases guts by 10. But if you look at the one right above that, there's a Magic Frying Pan which increases guts by 100. But you'll miss, you'll miss more often too. Which is, it's the same deal with the most powerful weapon with Nest, the KC Bat. It's not really worth getting. Now, Pooh only has one weapon in the game. Matter of fact, he only has one of everything. One weapon, one, I think it's a pendant, then his, one for each of his slots available. And you have to go find all of them. And the hardest thing to get is the sword. It only drops from an enemy, and it's like a 1 in 128 chance that it'll even drop, which is one of the challenges we will be doing. So we'll be spending quite a lot of time killing Starman trying to get that sword. Might be Starman Juniors. I think it's Starman Juniors. And then here's the protection, all the stuff that can be worn, and then it tells you what they do. Like earlier, I was wondering what the flame pendant did, and we looked it up. It protects from fire, of course. And then, like, the goddess band, the great bracelet, and of course they're in order, alphabetical order, so that you don't necessarily know where you get them in the game or where you find them. But if you look over here, it actually has a location. And then the goods, which are like pencil eraser and stuff like that, the contact lenses, the carrot key, then we go on down, and if you look close, there's actually about the chart information on most of these. And then the foods. So if you're confused about what Pooh can and cannot eat, most of the foods that you give to Pooh only refill 1 PP, or they give a very low amount of health on Pooh. So the HP and PP right here, these are for everybody else, but for Pooh, he gets his own column. And see, like, right here, HP 6. So they don't hardly give nothing. But if you get down here to the waters, like bottle of DX water, it gives 40 PP back. And then bottle of water gives 10 back. The rice gives 6 HP. The brain food lunch is the best for him. It gives full recovery for HP and PP. Which, we will be stocking Pooh's inventory full of, because I might put a couple on Paula too, but I haven't decided yet. And then the condiments, which I don't think are very useful. The jerky is actually a really good item if you can get it cheap. The price varies depending on where you buy it. And then all the psychic moves, and then the warranty information, and then the back cover of the game, or the guide. And then they also included the cards that came in the book and the guide. And this one is like the helpful tips, like the bosses. This is like important PSIs to remember, and special items you need to remember, like the King Banana. And then this was for the contest that they held. What was the mystery smell? Now these are on the back of this the smell cards, scratch and sniff. And this is the front of the scratch and sniff cards. Now, they had a contest when the game came out to try to guess what this smell was right here. So you would scratch it and smell it, and then you would fill out the back of it right here with your information on what you thought the smell was. And I don't remember how long it took. I think it took like 7 years or something for somebody to guess it right. And it turns out the smell was supposed to be pizza. But when I smelt it, it did not smell like pizza. I used to actually have the guide, because I have the cartridge on the shelf here. But my guide fell apart because the version of the game I bought was a rental version, and it even had a rental sticker over the top, which I had to take off the cart. Which, I mean, it cleaned up, but it was still a pain in the butt. Okay, well, I hope you liked the look at the guide, and if you like this guide, you should definitely download it and check it out. There's a bunch of cool information in there about the game and the towns and all that stuff.